I'm Jake. I'm a student at College of Lake County, and today in this video I'm going to show you guys how to do a oil change on a 2023 Subaru WRX. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, so being that this is a newer car, or new I should say, this is a new car, you kind of want to go, when it comes to oil, you want to go to the dealership and pick up genuine oil, recommended, rather than going and buying Mobil 1 or Pennzoil. When it gets older, you can, but for the first couple of oil change, I definitely recommend you get yourself some genuine Subaru certified oil, because that's the factory. And of course, with that being a oil filter for that same vehicle, which is the 2023 Subaru WRX, obviously, the 6-speed manual. Genuine oil filter as well, recommended. And of course, don't forget to grab yourself some Cheez-Its while you're at the dealership, because you're gonna want to snack on something when working. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, so the first thing you're gonna want to do is, using some jack and jack stands, you're gonna want to jack the vehicle up, put the jack stands on the front side of the vehicle, and that's what you're gonna want to start doing first. I'm gonna show you guys the lift points. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, so the way you're gonna have to do this, depending on your jacks, you normally are gonna want to lift the car on this metal piece right here, but there's so much plastic on this car that with my jack stands at least, it's gonna be very difficult to put them underneath this car. So I'm gonna have to jack the car up really on the side of it, as far to the left as possible, and then put the jacks on this piece of metal right here. I might need to angle the jack so I can put the jacks, but your jack points are on this metal piece right here, if you guys can see it. Right about right here, right here. Anywhere here, you're gonna want the jack as far left as possible, and you're gonna want to put your jacks on this side, on both sides of the car, and they're exactly the same on both. All right, now I'm gonna jack the vehicle up. Remember, when you're jacking a car, you want to make sure your handle is all the way right, and you want to use the top part of the handle for more leverage, and you're just gonna go up. Now normally it's recommended you can go all the way down, but I'm kind of limited space here, so you're just gonna kind of want to go up like this. And obviously, if you hear any weird noises, just let it down and redo your alignment, because you want to make sure this is set right. And you want to go as high as you want. You want it high enough so you can get underneath the car. So now I'm going to grab my jack. And remember, when you're using a jack, you want to make sure it's locked on this. You don't want it on half a click. You want to make sure it's good and it's steady. So we're gonna go 3 clicks, and you have to remember this. 1, 2, 3 clicks up. Remember this, because you're gonna have to do the same on the other side. So we're gonna go up more. Remember, using the top bar. Now I'm a taller guy, so I can do it on my knees, but for you shorter folks, you're gonna have to stand up and use your muscles. All right, I went a little bit too high, so I'm actually gonna go 4 clicks. So I'm gonna go 4 clicks, perfect. And now slowly lower the vehicle onto the jack. Slowly, don't drop it, because that's not a good idea. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, now an extra step, since I have access to all data, I'm gonna look up the oil change procedure for my vehicle. So you're gonna open up your all data portal, you're gonna go to repair. You're gonna put in the vehicle, so 2023 Subaru WRX. And you could also just put the VIN number in if you want. But if you know the car, this is fine. So you're gonna look up oil, and you're gonna look at engine oil. You're gonna press engine oil, and you can get parts and labor, but we're gonna go to service and repair procedures here, and it's gonna give you everything you need on how to do this. The oil change is going to give you the torque specifications right here for the bolt. So if I take this is where the bolt's going to be, and there's a torque spec. So you're going to need a torque wrench. Again, you know, if you don't have a torque wrench, just hand tighten it. You should be fine. But if you have the torque specs, you can. And for this vehicle, it's going to be 30.8 foot-pounds or 41.7 newton meters for the torque on the bolt. And another thing you're going to want to look up is you're going to look up oil filter. 1 second here. There we go. Oil filter engine. I'm going to press on that. Removal and replacement. Installation, you got removal as well. To remove it, it's simple. You use a tool like this. Which is an oil filter wrench. And to find this, you can go to AutoZone, you can order it. I recommend you go to AutoZone or O'Reilly or wherever you want to go and find a wrench that fits your filter, because you should already have the filter, right? So you're gonna find that filter, go on the vehicle. Luckily me, I'm a lucky guy, and on my car, it's right on top. So you're gonna need a tool like this. If you don't have it, you're fine. You can use a tool like this. Here, I'll show you. You can use, you can use like clamps or something like this to just get it on, take it off. It's gonna be harder and a bigger pain in the ass, but you'll get it off like that. So that's something you can look up. For example, another thing you can look up here for oil, you can remove the installation part of it. This is where you're gonna want one of these. I recommend you, because you can put a torque wrench on here, because the torque spec for this is 10.3 foot-pounds. So you're gonna torque this down. You're gonna torque your oil filter down to 10.3 foot-pounds. So yeah, that's what you can look up on this all data. But now we're gonna begin by draining the oil. So yeah. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to show you where the plug, oil drain plug is. So when you come underneath the car, it's going to be like right in the middle of it. It's right here. It's this bolt right there, right here. And you're going to want an extension. It's a 17 millimeter. You unscrew it, and the oil is going to come right out. So you're going to want something to put the oil in, obviously. So I recommend one of these things. These are nice, because it will collect it inside of it, and you could just take it to your local AutoZone, and they'll drain it out. They'll give it back to you. Great tool. If you can't, obviously a bucket will work. You're just gonna have to put the oil into something. So yeah, that's where the oil drain location is. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. So you're gonna wanna line this up. I already cracked the bolt, so oil's gonna start dripping already. But you're gonna wanna line this up, and you're gonna want a 1/2 inch ratchet. And you're gonna line this up with the catch. And you're gonna want a 17 millimeter. Where'd it go? There you are. Put that on there. And you're gonna start loosening the bolt. Now your tools will get dirty. So you're just gonna wanna loosen this. And once it's loose, ladies and gentlemen, you could just literally take it off and just start unscrewing it with your tool. Or you can even use your fingers. Usually once it's cracked, it comes out quick. So you just use your fingers. Now wear gloves if you don't want your hands dirty. But me personally, I don't care. And when this comes out and you need to adjust it, you can, but you should be good. And now you're just gonna let the oil drain out by itself. And wipe your hands off, because they will be dirty. Can you push it down a little bit? Slowly. Right here. And you're just gonna want to let this sit for a little bit, to be honest, until it stops. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Now let the oil sit. This is my buddy helping me out today, Damien. So let that sit for like good 5 minutes. Have yourself some beer or Coca-Cola. We're not old enough, so we're gonna drink a Coke. But if you're old enough, have yourself a beer if you're at home. Or just go relax, watch another video of mine or something. And try to,
one of mine too if you're interested.
And try and enjoy yourself a nice beverage. And yeah, once you finish your leisure time, you can get back to work conveniently. Thank you. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna measure out your oil. Again, if you don't want to drink a Coke, you can do this instead, or a beer, whatever you like. You can do this. In the meantime, you're gonna measure out your oil. So the specifications is 4.8 quarts. So the dealership's gonna give you 5 quarts of oil. But you need only 4.8, so you need to measure that out. So that's gonna be to the 800 right here. So we're just gonna pour it out, crack this puppy open, and just measure it out. Pour it out into something until the oil gets down to the 800. And I'll put this, when you're gonna do this now, you're gonna place it down on a surface. And if you guys zoom in on that, let me grab my flashlight. Guess I don't have my flashlight, all right. There we go. Now take a look at that, and that looks pretty damn even to me, if you ask me, right?
Yes, sir.
And now you could just tighten up that oil, put it back in the box or wherever you were storing it, and you're set to go. Now this, you could throw this out, but hold on to it, because accidents happen. Accidents happen. You'll spill a little bit maybe. It's good to have a little bit extra. Usually you want to pour this into a measuring cup, but yeah, you're fine. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. So now you're gonna grab yourself some towels, some shop towels. You're gonna grab yourself a 3/8 with the extension for this tool, 15, I guess that's the size of it. And now you're gonna loosen your oil filter, put that puppy on there, and just unscrew her off. Now once it's loose, at this point you can just pop this off, put it aside, and grab your oil catch, because at this point, ladies and gentlemen, your oil should be completely out. You're gonna take your hand, and yes, you're gonna get dirty. That's how this works. That's why people take it in, because they don't want to get dirty, or they just don't know how to do it. But you're gonna loosen that puppy on up. Grab your shop towels, get underneath it. You don't want oil dripping onto your engine, so get underneath it and put it in here. And you're gonna wipe this down. Now, when I say wipe it down, that doesn't mean you go inside of here. Just the outside rim is what you want to wipe down. You don't want to wipe down the inside. You can leave that alone. You don't need to touch that. Just wipe out the outside of it. And you can notice some hair and little, looks like a rock to me, if you ask me. So just make sure you get all that out. Wipe it down. You may need to use a couple of towels. Make sure you get those rocks out of there. It might be useful to use a brush here if you want. As long as there's no debris, you're good to go. I can still notice some rocks and stuff in there. Just wipe it down. You'll be fine. Just wipe it down. Make it nice and shiny. Everyone likes it shiny nowadays, so get it all out now. This is your personal car, so you want to do it good. Now, if you're working at fucking Jiffy Lube, you know, you don't, half the time these guys don't even wipe it down. They just take the oil, fucking see a rock, take it out. But if you're working on your own car, you always want to take your time and make sure it's nice and clean. Get all those rocks out of there, and you're good. At this point, you're gonna clean your You're gonna clean your oil drain plug. You're gonna take this this thing. You're gonna take that off. Wipe this down, and check your threading. Always check your threading, because if this threading's not good, you're gonna have a leak. So wipe this down nicely. Using some top towels. Check your threading. Might be good to use a flashlight here. Make sure it's just not damaged. If it's not damaged, you're good. If it's damaged, you're gonna need a new one. Just make sure all the oil's off. Again, Jiffy Lube, they're not gonna do this. This is all extra stuff you do. Now, the dealership's gonna give you a new one. They're gonna get, with the oil filter, you're gonna have the new oil filter, and you're gonna have this as well. So you're gonna wanna put that on. You just wanna prep your, again, make sure it's nice and clean. You're gonna put that this side in, like that. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, before you get down there, actually, you're gonna go on the all data, like I said, or you don't even need to. I already have it pulled up, so you're watching the video. It's 30.8 foot-pounds. You're gonna set your torque wrench on a 3/8 drive to 30.8 pounds. And you're gonna grab that 17 millimeter, put it on there, and now you're gonna get down there and you're gonna put that oil drain plug on. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Now, you're gonna get down here and you're gonna wipe this all down. You're gonna wipe this down. Wipe down anything else that might have oil on it. Like this right here, especially, you're gonna get a lot of oil on this. I don't know why Subaru did it like this. Just wipe it all down. Now you're gonna grab your oil drain plug. You're gonna put it in there and tighten it by hand. By hand. You don't want to cross thread this, so tighten it by hand. Get in there. Tighten it by hand. Wipe it down. Again. Make sure it's nice and clean. Again, Jiffy Lube does not do this stuff. This is all stuff you will do for your own car. Now you're gonna grab on a 3/8 this time. You're gonna tighten this down by hand first, just a little bit, just like that. And now you're gonna grab that torque wrench that should be already set. Might need an extension. I don't know yet. You have to push on this torque wrench. You need to push the button in. Yeah, it looks like we're good. You're gonna go until it clicks. Might be good to hold your hand here. There it goes. Now once it clicks, do it again to make sure it clicks again, and you're good. It's in. Wipe it down, make sure it's nice and clean, and you're good. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, now you're gonna find your torque spec for your oil filter. Which was, once again, 10.3 foot-pounds, and you're gonna set that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, now you're gonna grab your new oil filter. You're gonna take this wrapping off. Oh, good tip, I guess. Point your finger in there, push it in the hole, pull it out. That goes in the trash. Now, what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna grab some oil. Good thing we saved this right here. Grab it on your finger, and just put it around the seal, just like that. Get a good amount on there. Get it all on in there. This will help screwing it back in. A couple times is good. Just like that. You're good. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, first thing you're going to do is hand tighten it carefully. Again, you don't want to cross thread this stuff. So carefully screw it in by hand until it stops. Once it stops, grab that torque wrench of yours, put it on there, and you're going to go until it clicks. There it goes. Now you're going to want to do this a couple of times. until it stops moving when you do it. When it stops moving and it clicks, you're good. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, you're gonna want that oil set. Again, I showed you guys how to set it. You're gonna want this close to you. You're gonna grab yourself a funnel. Now I'm using one of these fancy ones that lock, so in case an accident happens, I can just lock it. Your engine oil is right here. You're gonna unscrew this cap. Damn, why do I make everything so tight, dude? Come on out. There we go. Set this aside. Grab that funnel, and you're gonna have a buddy hold this. Or actually, conveniently, look at that. You don't even need a helping hand. But if you're using a regular funnel, you're gonna want, of course, you're gonna want a friend to hold this. So you're gonna crack open that oil. This is the most satisfying part in my opinion. Dip the cap, because sometimes there's on there, so you're gonna want to dip that in there. And slowly pour your oil into the engine. And this might take a while for this. And this one's nice because it has one of those filters at the bottom. So if there's anything gets in, it'll stop. It has to go through that first. Make sure obviously it's going in. And you're just gonna keep on pouring this oil. And when you fill up the whole bottle, keep it underneath like this until it stops dripping. Shake it side to side if you need to. And just let it completely drip out. If you want, you can tap the bottle, tap it against the funnel. You want all of that oil out of there. Squeeze it, dude, whatever you gotta do. Make sure every bit of oil gets out of that bottle, because every drop counts, ladies and gentlemen. Every single drop counts. Sometimes people just leave it like that and let it drip out. Let every single drop come out, ladies and gentlemen. And once it stops, which it hasn't yet, once it stops, damn, dude, get out of there. Once it stops, which it still hasn't. All right, now it did. Once it stops, tap it, grab that cap, put it on top, and you can throw it on the ground or put it in a box, whatever, and get on to the next one. And you'll just keep on going. Cracking open that oil, pouring it in, and keep going through every single bottle until all of it's in. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Now you're just gonna grab this thing, pick it up, tap it, make sure all that oil comes out of the funnel. And if you're using a regular funnel, you get the shop towel underneath it. I'm a lucky guy, I get to lock it. But I'm still gonna demonstrate how you do it. You get that shop towel underneath it, grab it out. And you're gonna wanna clean this, obviously, because these are reusable. So I'm gonna put that in here. And you're gonna clean that. Now you're gonna come over here, clean around with the shop towel. You're gonna screw back in. Cap. Tighten it, grab your shop towel, because your hands are gonna be covered in oil, I promise you. Tighten it down, hand tight, once it's good. Wipe everything down, and you're good. You're gonna lower your car. You're gonna get the car on the jack, pick it above the jack, take the jacks out, lower the car on both sides, and you're gonna want to start your car and let it run for 3 minutes. I'm gonna demonstrate everything. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Once your car's off the jacks, Come on in. Start the car and let it run for 3 minutes. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I'm writing down the current mileage on the car before oil change. And what you're gonna do now is you're gonna add 3,000 to this number. I'm not gonna do this math because I'm probably gonna fuck it up, so I'm gonna use a Google calculator.
Plus 3,000, that's 14,177.
14,000 what? 177. That's when your next oil change is due. And it's okay, guys. I don't need to be smart. I just need to be good with tools. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, and that is the oil change completed on a 2023 Subaru WRX. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and be sure to subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you guys very much for watching.